Lakesh and Veritas with honor, respect, and gratitude. Welcome, everyone, and welcome, Lauren, to our high frequency living session tonight. Our guest, Lauren of the Sun, will be discussing flowers and the consciousness of flowers tonight. So, welcome, flowers, also. High Frequency Living offers live streams which focus on the high frequency living lifestyle topics like meditation, breathwork, wellness, and nutrition. Of the Sun classes and modalities like quantum light property clearing, soul translation, light body movement, and many, many other high frequency topics. So check out High Frequency Living on Instagram for inspiring recipes and topics. So a few announcements before we get started. I am Diane of the Sun, owner of Inlakesh Studio One, a franchise of the Sun. We offer quantum light property clearing services, truth and tea, call for the truth card readings, and other services and products. And we highlight the Of the Sun energetic support products. And our highlighted product tonight is the Vibration Frequency Water. And this is essential for your first aid kit. You can ask the vibration to bring in the frequency that you are requesting. So it's a very versatile healing water. I actually used it yesterday. I had a cut on my thumb, and I asked it to heal it quickly, and it is almost gone just from yesterday. And you can also ask it to bring forward courage and calm and peace and strength and all the different frequencies that you are requesting. So you can find this at ofthesun.com or inlakeshstudio1.com. And if you're looking for some clarity with a situation like moving, a job change, relationship issue, you can book a personal Call for the Truth divination card reading and get some insight into what is the truth of your experience and get some solutions to help you on the path. So the Call for the Truth divination cards were created by Laota of the Sun, and she created them after she wrote her book, Call for the Truth. And these cards are very multifaceted. They have many layers. They have a topic, a maxim, a color. They're related to a number, a platonic solid, and a chakra. So a card will be coming forward tonight for us to discuss as well. But if you'd like a personal card reading, you can reach out at info@inlakeshstudio1.com, or you can go to the website inlakeshstudio1.com. And if you missed our first Inlakesh Studio One's Evolutionary Book Club in January, that was with Laota with her book Call for the Truth. And so you can check out the recording on this YouTube channel. And she went into quite a bit of information as how she wrote it and different things. And she also read pages from it, which was wonderful. So, and if you'd like your own autographed copy, we have copies at inlakeshstudio1.com. So our next Evolutionary Book Club will be next Friday, February 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern on this YouTube channel. And we will be discussing the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. And this is recommended reading by Of the Sun. And Tavares of the Sun will be joining us and sharing his insights. This book has many references to the sun and the light body in this book. So it's very pertinent for us at this time as we're working on our light bodies. Hope you can join us then. And Of the Sun has the ongoing light body movement the first 4 Sundays of every month at 6 p.m. Eastern. We just completed this sacral chakra for the second time, and we will be moving on to the solar plexus chakra this coming Sunday. So hope you can join us then. This membership is a great way to be introduced to and enhance your Of the Sun practices, ideas, and modalities. It is only $45 per month, and you have access to 4 sessions that are live. They're generally an hour and a half to 2 hours. They're recorded, so you can listen to them again. There's many materials that are brought forward and meditations. And you also have access to all the previous sessions as well. So you can register at ofthesun.com. Tavares will be teaching the DNA activation in February. And you can sign up for an audit if you've already taken this class. This class, though, is a prerequisite class for the next Quantum Light Property Clearing class, and that will be offered in April. If you have any questions about any class, you can reach out at contact@ofthesun.com. So thank you for joining tonight. There's lots of people tonight. So I'll go through the chat here. Thank you. All righty. Tavares says, Tavares of the Sun in Lakesh Veritas, and he said, epic thumbnail, by the way. Thank you, Lauren. That was awesome. Lauren designed it. So thank you. Lady K. Perry says, in Lakesh Veritas, at Tavares of the Sun, I agree. It is gorgeous. Love it. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Lady K. Perry. Stacy in Lakesh Veritas, Stephanie Singletary in Lakesh Veritas, Delilah Burrows in Lakesh Veritas, Serenity MacArthur in Lakesh Veritas. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And Lisa Palm in Lakesh Veritas. So thank you, everyone, for joining. And thank you, Lauren. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to talk about the flowers. And I see the beautiful flowers behind you that have come. They came to join us tonight, I'm sure.
They came to the party. They have been here all day. I woke up actually this morning with flowers on my mind. They literally welcomed me into the day. And I've just been so excited feeling this frequency and how excited to speak about this and how excited the flower realm is to share more truth to help us. Literally, their divine purpose is to assist us in strengthening us to be more of who we are by showing us the way and the truth. And so here on a wintry Wisconsin day, it's been snowing. The sun has been out, but I am feeling the energy of all those little flower babies in the earth ready to come up in a few short weeks. I'm ready for spring. So it's definitely that energy and it's coming forward. So thank you for the opportunity to share in the sacred space, to engage with this community, and to bring forward the light and information that the flowers want to share with us to help us become the newest versions of ourselves and raising our frequencies and our vibration. So there are many, many, many things to share. As you mentioned, we do have a card pull, and I think we'll start with that because it's very powerful. It's literally the power card. A few different things that comes forward here. I asked the question to what is it that the flower realm wants to share with us? What should we know about this engagement tonight, this community? And it's power. It's the solar plexus, the power that makes solar systems, galaxies, universes, and beyond is the same power that animates our body systems. Do not be afraid to look inside. There are many layers here. The first thing that comes to my mind is that flowers are ancestors. They are our first cousins. They have been in position by design to support and sustain humanity. And so the ancestors and the ancient ancestors are the power that makes solar systems and galaxies and the universes, all that is. And so for us to remember to step into that knowingness, to step into the power that creates life, to support life is our superpower. It's simply the truth. And going into with light body, we're moving now into the solar plexus. I think this is divine timing that the flowers come forward to assist us in knowing that it is important that we have this knowingness to step into our power, to release and let go of the aspects that do not serve us by blossoming and becoming the newest versions of ourselves through that release process in the remembrance of all that we are. So there are many layers to this that we can discuss. And I don't know if you have any thoughts about that as well, but I wanted to bring forward the cards, the Call for the Truth cards, because it's such a brilliant message to help us understand many different layers within our reality.
Thank you for bringing that forward. What comes to mind, thank you for bringing up the power with the flowers and the fact that this is the yellow card and you have yellow flowers behind you
Yes.
for the solar plexus. And yes, we need to be not afraid to look inside because everything is within us. But these flowers can help us, as you said, look into and understand more about our power, our solar power, our sun power with our solar plexus. So, yes.
Absolutely. And something else that just tickled me. How many times have you ever heard the phrase, I know I say it very often, flower power? It's flower power. It's literally that. So just another little side note from the flower realm has a lovely sense of humor as well to make us
That's
smile.
awesome. Yes, that's so awesome. So, how did you, Lauren, how did you come into the understanding that there were frequencies within the flowers? Because I know you've been working with flowers for a long time. And did you always know that they had frequencies, or was it something that came forward at a certain time?
I definitely did not know all that I have stepped into now, and I know there is so much more to know. But it was a process. It was something that I can think back to at the very early ages of my life, being surrounded by flowers. My grandfather gardened, and he had flowers everywhere. And we would go outside, and he would show me each flower. He would teach me about it. We would water it, care for it, love it, and I thought that was so cool. And I would wake up every morning. I remember this one distinctive pink rose bush outside our kitchen window, and I would speak to it at 4 or 5 years old, and literally think it was one of my friends because that's how connected I felt to it. So this energy and this understanding in at such a young age stayed with me and developed this cultivation of a lifelong love of flowers that has really followed me throughout all of my experience. And my very first jobs were in flower shops at 15 and 16 years old, learning about the different flowers. So it was more of a third dimensional understanding of flowers and how to arrange them and design with them. And but you always had this sense of joy. You see a flower and you expand and you get enlightened and you'd smell it and just feel a different experience. And I remember sometimes unpackaging flowers from boxes, and I'd pick them up and I'd hold them, and I would sometimes dance with them and I would sway. And so there was a love, and you could feel that connection energy in honor and respect for what it was doing to bring me into a greater state. So there was always that experience. And I never thought really much about what I was feeling other than what I was feeling in that moment. And when I started to, after I became a mother, and I started to learn the work and the modalities of the sun, that inspired understanding of more. That there are more layers, more truths. And one of the first things I learned of the sun is that everything has consciousness and everything has the ability to communicate with us. And so I started to look at that from the perspective of what it is that I do for a living, working with the flowers, and realizing I can speak to this. I can speak to this consciousness. And Laota had shared that with me. There is information to come forward. And so that opened up this whole other understanding for me to look at it from a holistic perspective, that the flowers are healers. They are clearers, and they are in purpose to serve humanity by expanding us. And humanity has known this at some level and degree for millennia. We go back to the ancient times and the beginning civilizations, even looking at what flowers were utilized for. They were bathed in, they were celebrated for unions and new life and marriages and bringing communities together. And I remember reading the story, and I was so fascinated with, in India, the whole community would come together for a week long celebration before a marriage, and they would string fresh rosebuds and marigolds and jasmine blossoms, and they would adorn this house, this mandap that this new couple would be getting married in. And then they would adorn the bride. And then the groom would also wear one. And so flowers were literally engaged in every aspect of this new beginning. And it brought people together. We still see this now in celebrations, global celebrations. There's botanical gardens all over the world, some of the most natural wonders that bring people together. And what it does is it's transformational. It is an experience, a sensory experience that we can feel, we can see, we can smell, we can touch in so many different ways, to help ourselves move into a greater state of elevation. And so I love to see that this is still something that we do. We celebrate with flowers from birth to death and everything in between. So we do know that flowers are part of the human experience and that there's more to what meets the eye. Some of the greatest artists, we look at masterpieces of art, they're of flowers. Monet, Van Gogh, O'Keeffe, we are infatuated with flowers. And so there's a few things that also came to mind when I was reflecting on this understanding, that flowers embody the perfect unification of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Not all, but many flowers contain the physical anatomy of both the female and male. And so with that understanding, they literally stand in support of life, in support of balance, and they are reflecting that to us to inspire that awareness within us. So to move ourselves into this understanding that we are part of the whole, both polarities. And when we operate in this understanding, we can achieve greater information to come forward. Our ancestors knew this. Our ancestors were aligned with this. It also fruits. In many of the foods that we eat, that we see, and that are meant and designed for us to sustain life, they come from a flower. That's the first part. So we see this in berries, we see this in cherries, we see this in zucchini, tomatoes, peppers, citrus fruits, oranges, lemons. It starts as a blossom. And then once pollinated, it bears fruit. And so this is another service or an aspect of the flower consciousness that is providing life for us. It really is in total support of all that is. It is the prime definition of magic. And we hear this a lot. And so Tavares and Catherine commented on this, the thumbnail and the graphic. There was so much joy in creation of this. Just looking at it allowed me to move into a greater state of exaltation. And it was felt by the community. And this was just the flower consciousness by looking at it. So this magic transcended us and transformed us into a greater state of joy. Mm-hmm. And that's its purpose. There's something on some of the very, very first few words that you'll read on the Of the Sun website are awaken, align, and ascend. And I feel that is really the perfect definition of a flower's purpose. Its purpose is to awaken. It is to awaken us. It is to awaken consciousness, healing, inspiration, so that we may ascend or align, I should say, into higher states of truth, so that we can ascend into all that is divinely ourselves. And that is what the flower embodies. So many understandings there. and we can go back into detail, but the idea of flowers and frequency. Every living thing has a frequency, and flowers resonate at some of the highest frequencies. In the flower realm, we see the rose in particular, and the rose is actually the highest frequency in all of nature. That was something I didn't always know, and I found that out. I knew to a level and degree it was the highest frequency in the flower realm, but in
Mhm.
all of nature. And so
Wow.
we see this in states of healing. And look at one of the most popular flowers that we go to for support is the rose.
Yeah.
And
People give roses as gifts all the time. That's the
absolutely.
most, yes, for many reasons, for love. And a lot of people have them, I think, in weddings and things too. So,
Yes. Oh, very popular in weddings. Timeless, elegance, classic. I mean, is the rose water. I mean, the of the sun has this beautiful rose water that I spray and engage with. I had an experience with the rose water one time, actually doing a wedding. I always keep some in my purse, and it was a very hot day, and there was a very pregnant woman. She was any day ready to birth new life, and she was suffering, very hot, had difficulty breathing. And I could see her, and I'm setting up flowers inside of the venue, and the rest of the bridal parties outside taking photos. And she was labored in her breathing, and she sat still for a minute and got some water. And I went up to her with the rose water. And I shared with her who I was and that I was the florist, and that roses are very powerful in healing and releasing and elevating us into a greater space, and they cool us down as well. So they are very good at knowing where to go and what we need. And so with it being so extremely hot and her needing assistance, I asked if she would like to engage with the rose water, and she said, "Yes, please." It was so quick. It was like, "Yes, I'll take it." And so she did, and she sprayed it on her face. And there was literally a moment where there was a release. There was a physical release, but there was an emotional release. There was a mental release. And her breathing slowed, and she was able to be still. And that's where we find transformation, is in the opportunity to find stillness, to receive the information that's coming forward to assist us and strengthen us. And the rose is everything to do with that. And so her gratitude for the rose and the opportunity to let go of what was not serving her, fed by the information of the rose to bring her into a greater state of elevation, everything worked. Instantaneous. This is something that is magic, but truth, because it does not take long. You simply need to be divinely aligned with that truth to awaken, to ascend. So that was an awesome experience. And so one of those understandings is exactly what we can do with flowers on many different levels. If it's physical, if it's energetic, with mental, spiritual, emotional, they are in design to assist us to release and become greater.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. There's a couple of comments. I would just like to take a moment to welcome Cheryl in Lakesh and Veritas, Leon Eri in Lakesh and Veritas. And then Serenia says they look beautiful and excited. Those are the flowers that we were talking about. And then Layla On Erie says, how can we take care of our flowers?
Oh, many different ways. Well, so different ways for different flowers, so to speak. But if they're cut flowers or planted flowers, the first thing to do is to be in love and gratitude for them. We can offer them en lakesh to release their suffering, because we are all on this planet together and share in a collective layer and level of suffering. So to honor them by releasing that and giving them en lakesh and veritas is an excellent opportunity. They will feel it. They will speak back to you in a multitude of ways, whether they open more so that they can show it from that perspective, whether their smell enhances, whether you're just awakened in your consciousness, something will come forward and it will inspire you. So that is really the first thing you can do. But for caring for cut flowers, new water is new life. Recutting the bottom of the stems frequently enhances them to drink more water. Clean water is very important to life. We give our water, and Lakesh, we drink water. They need the water as well. So this is very, very important to them. And then gardens, of course, watering, sunlight, but really, I have found speaking to them, sharing with them my gratitude and my love, they speak back in such a way and last extremely long. I just had, I was working with a client, and she shared with me, she received some roses for her birthday, and they were, I think, going on about 2 weeks old. And she started seeing new life from a cut flower in a vase start to grow from the stem. And she said, "Is this normal?" And I said, "Yes, it's normal. It can happen, but it doesn't always, because many of us don't pay attention. Many of us don't speak to it. Many of us just, there's an existence and we are fond of it, but we can go deeper." And she was so much in love with these flowers, every day looking at them, every day feeling their joy, and allowing that joy to enhance her experience in so many ways. And she loves to sing. She sings. And so she would sing and she would dance and she would feel them. And of course, that prompts life. That is transformational. So we start to see that, and cut flowers, they do have an opportunity to take root, and you may do that through propagation and take those fresh cut flowers and start to propagate a new rose bush. So if that's something she was interested in doing, maybe not, but this shows us that life is here to support us through our connection. Speak to everything. Speak to everything. It always has something to say. It's just waiting for us to ask it.
Yes. And then there's a follow-up comment here that someone says, Diva 831, welcome, Diva. How often is best to exchange the water of the cut flowers?
I would do it every day if you can.
Every day.
If you can. I mean,
Mhm.
that is ideal. That is best. One thing that I always saw in the flower shop is people would say, "My flowers died." And they would send a photo. And I was like, "There's no water in the vase." I said, "Well, it cannot live without water." We are beings that need water, just like us. So the water is very integral. Bacteria and aspects can grow in there. So to clean it as often as possible, and the vessel that it is in, to make sure that that is clean as well. So that would be best.
Okay. Thank you for those
Mhm.
practical tips. And then there's a comment from Lady K. Perry. She says, I love using the Of the Sun rose water. Yes, me too. I use it often. And I know, Lauren, you have a fun story with your daughter. I remember when she was in school at home when I was living with you. And she said she had a situation with someone in class, and she went and got the rose water.
She's spraying the rose water. They were on virtual learning at the time, and I believe it was just past COVID times, and so she she had a situation, and she knew I have a whole shelf of the Sun products. She grabbed the rose water and she's spraying the rose water, and she goes, "Mom, I took care of it. The roses made everything better." And so, and that's true. It's true. And even if it made it better for her, it
Yes.
started with her knowingness that I can go to the source of something that I can breathe in and feel better, that I can actually spray in my field and release and let go. And because I did that to make myself better, then everything else gets to be better too.
Yes.
Virtual or not, that is
Yes.
the understanding of many things, but specifically with flowers, we do not need to have it physically in front of us to receive the healing benefits or the uplifting frequencies, to elevate. We may do this simply through meditation We may do this through our mind's eye. And I know that's something that we are going to engage with a little later with a small meditation, and we'll get to experience that together. But this is, like we were speaking about stillness. The flowers prompt us to become still. You see a flower, you walk in a garden, and you're stopped. And sometimes you close your eyes. Sometimes you just breathe in the essence. Sometimes you just stare because it's so beautiful. And you're looking at the petals, and you're looking at the colors and the sacred geometry. And how amazing is it that this is a living form of consciousness, of life, that I'm graced to be in the presence of. That's just showing me me. And that's not just poetic, that's energetic. That is the flower resonating at such a high frequency to stop us wherever we are, to allow us to be sane, to join it at that level. So whatever it is that we need in whatever moment that is, we may stop. We may breathe in the flower. We may see it in our mind's eye. We may plant it, grow it, touch it, clean the water in its vase. Whatever that is, it's an opportunity to raise our vibration.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
So I have to share, because this is another passion of mine, and I do love this. I lexicogrammed the word flowers.
Oh, how cool. Oh, that's awesome.
It was so much fun, because the truth is in the name. It is right there in front of us. So there are more anagrams that came forward, and these are words that are taken from the mother word. So in this case, it's flowers, and it's plural because we are we, and we are a community. We are not just one. So flowers is plural here. And so the anagrams come forward as words or letters that are rearranged from within the word flowers. So I'm going to share just a few of those because I think they're quite fascinating. And then just a handful of lexicograms that came forward. So of course, you look at the word flowers, and what's the very first thing you see? F-L-O-W is flow. Yes. Flow can mean a lot of things. Our energy flow, our frequency, right? Go with the flow. This allows us this understanding to be flexible and be free when we are flowing. So, and all things keep moving in life. So if we stop moving, we're not flowing. So gotta stay with the flow. Slow. And we talked about the stillness. They remind us to slow down. You literally and physically slow down when you engage with a flower. Sow, S-O-W. What do we do with the seeds? We sow them. We plant them in the earth in pots and soil. We sow the seeds of flowers. Roll. Flowers show us how to be in purpose. Flowers exist in purpose. They do not challenge this. So to know our role. Self. This is identity. Flowers simply know they are enough. It helps us remember that is the truth within ourselves. Lose. They help you let go of what does not serve you. Get lost. Lose it. This one I love. Eros. E-R-O-S. This is the Greek god of love. Oh. Flowers resonate within the heart space. They emanate the love frequency. Rose is the perfect example of that. And guess what that leads into? Rose. The word rose is in the name flowers, and it is the only flower name that shows up in the word flowers. Very interesting. And I always consider it to be the mother of the flower realm because it resonates at the highest possible frequency. Soul, S-O-L. Okay, this can mean a lot of things here, but we're going to look at it from the perspective of a few that came forward. The sun. Sol is also a Roman deity, and he was the exact personification of the sun. So we see the word soul and flowers. Flowers are light. They bring us into lighter states of enlightenment. It is sun energy. It is creation energy. We see the soul is also the word for sun in how many languages? Spanish, Portuguese, Norwegian, Dutch. I mean, there's so many. Then you have soleil, which is sun in Italian. So I think that's very interesting. We also have elf. Elf is in the word flowers. And I thought this fascinating because elf is a mystical, magical, sacred, and other realm closely related to the fairies. And we see the flowers closely related with the fairies. So there are many different dwellings there for us to look at that mystical, magical, and sacred other aspect within the flower realm. Another word is lower or low. Flowers help us lower stress, lower tension, negative emotions. And when we do that, that lowers our blood pressures. It regulates our nervous system. So there are many interesting words here. Woes, they help us let go of our woes. And then one that I also liked was ole. Ole! It's a cheer word in Spanish that means victory or triumph or encouragement. And so when we say ole, hey, 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 we are literally bringing forward that frequency or that energy of triumph, that we are the victorious. And the last word is we. We are we. That's a lexigram in the word flowers. We are we. This is something Laota shared with us some years ago. And it was an understanding that, as simple as it is the truth is that we are we. We reflect each other in all forms of consciousness, whether it's a human or a flower or a plant or an animal. We are we. We are one. So for lexigrams, oh, go ahead, Diane, sorry.
That's so awesome. There are so many words in just one word.
One word. And there's more, but these were just some.
You put forward a lot of them. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Oh yes. We thank the flowers. They so for just a handful of lexigrams here, but we are we. We lower woes, lose foes. Flowers soul roll, slow all woes. So their soul role is to help us let go of old patterns, old thoughts, old things that keep us stuck. We owe flowers for self-flow. So they help us regulate in our systems to keep us moving into greater states of elevation. So thank you to the consciousness of lexigram, to the consciousness of flowers, to of the sun, to Laota for inspiring all of this information to come forward. This of the sun was the reason I was able to allow myself to step into greater layers and levels of truth to connect with the flower realm. So while back to that first question that you asked me, no, I did not always know. It was a process. And we all find ourselves in a process. But to have that understanding, to just allow ourselves to step into more and take that action to speak to this consciousness, I was able to receive more. And it's an evolution. More is coming. So I'm in gratitude for this understanding and for being able to step into this with more truth.
So Lauren, I know you mentioned today that you found out that you're going to be doing something in a couple months. And maybe you could share that, and also with a couple other things that you've been doing. That's something you did last May, I think you did something.
Yes.
If you would share that, I think that would be awesome for people to know about.
Absolutely.
And explain what you do as well for all what your El Andre Floral does.
So we'll start with that. So thank you for asking that. El Andre Floral is my business, and it is literally El Andre are letters taken from my name, Lauren Andre Corneal, rearranged to create the name of my business. So it came through a lexicgram. And I am a florist, floral artist. I work with the flowers to create designs for all forms of occasions, weddings, life memorials and celebrations, anniversaries, all forms of celebration where you would require floral decor, but also classes. I work with bringing forward meditations that enlighten us and expand us within the flower realm. So this is something that was inspired by Of the Sun to step into this truth and bring forward that at a layer and level that we can communicate and all evolve, because we all start somewhere. And so that is who we are at El Andre. And today, as there are no coincidences in life, I did find out this morning that I was asked, I should say, to be a participant as a floral artist at the Milwaukee Art Museum at their Art in Bloom event. And they do this every spring. And so what this is it celebrates masterpieces of art and florists' interpretations through their artistry and the gift of flowers. And you are able to create these beautiful works of art. And what does it do? It brings people together to resonate in the frequency of beauty and respect and gratitude, not only for the artistic expression through art, but through life consciousness, which is the floral aspect. So there's that aspect. And we will also be creating a floral fashion for a living model to wear. So I will be designing fresh flowers on a model to walk through this exhibit. And so I'm very excited. And this is something I want to share, is that excitement is something we've been talking about recently. Enthusiasm, right? Your energy and what you put into what you do, whatever that might be, is what will feed you, and you will get more of that. And so this love, this excitement, this joy that I have, that the flowers bring into my experience, are giving me the opportunity to do that more and then share that with hundreds of people, if not more. So this is the cycle. When you find yourself in the higher states of vibration, of elevation, of joy, gratitude, love, respect, honor, all of that, you're resonating there. So life sees that, shows that back to you, and then gives you the chance to do that for more people. And so I thank the flower realm with all that is me and all that is life for this opportunity. And that will be this spring. That's going to be coming up in April 17th. And then in May, I was asked also to participate again in an event I did last year, which is called Fleur de Ville. And it is a showcase that travels around the globe. I believe it's in Europe. It's in Europe, Australia, Canada, and the United States. And it goes to about 40 or 50 different cities in 19 different countries. And we make floral displays, all fresh flowers, and we dress them on mannequins. So they're models, so to speak, but there's a different theme. And so they're just leaving the wonder theme, which is the wonders of the world. So we are celebrating all the natural wonders of the world right now through the consciousness of flowers. So you've got the Aurora Borealis. You have all of these different aspects that we're literally creating through flower consciousness. And that brings more elevation to people by just having fun and enjoying that. So I will be doing that again in May.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's so cool.
Thank you. It's hot off the press. PSA for today from El Andre.
Yes, and your design last year was awesome. It was so interesting to see, and I think you won some awards. Did you win an award for that? Yes. At the
Yes, I received two. I was voted most creative in show, and then also fan favorite, florist favorite. Correction, floral fan favorite. So all of the florists, I took this as such a wonderful honor. Is that all of us who participated as artists, we got to vote on our favorite, and that was what I was received. So I'm in gratitude to that as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations. I'm excited.
Thank
And
you.
someone is in the chat saying, yay, I'll be there. And
Oh,
that will
yay!
be the road to inspire. I think she
Okay.
said that, or he said that when you were talking about Wisconsin. So, and
Wonderful. I'm so looking forward to
congratulations.
this.
Yes.
I'm so
Serenia says
excited to hear that you'll be
congratulations.
there.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And Lay Leon Aries says, thank you for this. In some of the darkest times of my life, the pictures I took with my flowers are my favorite.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Bravo for bringing that forward and connecting to that consciousness. And that goes to show you the energy of the flowers is timeless. You were able to capture that through a photo and hold on to that inspiration to bring yourself into a greater state of joy. Bravo.
Yes. And Cheryl is asking, which flowers help you release?
Ooh, well, all can help you release any flower that you have because all flowers, think of it from this perspective. All flowers start as a bud, they're closed, and then they open, right? So within that opening, there is opportunity to become. And through that, you release. So each petal, as it unfolds, becomes this larger aspect or an opportunity for you to let go. Most people I have worked with this look at a rose just because it's, I think, easily available. But any flower that you have, and again, in your mind's eye, you may call it forward. And this is something we're going to work with the lotus consciousness. The lotus is one of also the highest vibrational flowers. And we see this utilized in many Southeast Asia and Egyptian in those cultures where they use the lotus and they refer to it in yoga or transcendental light, transformation, rebirthing of self. The lotus itself literally emerges from the waters and the muddy waters, and it comes up and then it opens perfectly without a speck of dirt within it. It's divine. And then guess what it does? It closes back up. It goes back into the water at night. Up, and then the sun comes up and it comes up and it opens again. So it's this brilliant cycle of beginning and also life and death. And so it's been the Egyptians utilized this as a divine representation of the sun because the sun is in constant just as morning and night. They utilize the lotus. And so we're going to engage with an opportunity to release tonight. If you are in harmony and willfully agree to let go of what does not serve you, the flowers are in harmony to come forward and assist us with that. So Diane is going to introduce us to a mudra with the lotus flower, and we are then going to just 3-4 minutes engage with its consciousness and become.
All righty. Yes. So if any of you have been following me on Wednesday midday meditations, I generally bring forward a hand mudra. So we're going to bring that forward tonight because this was so perfect with the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So this is called the Padma Mudra. And it's about unconditional love. It assists with gratitude, opening the heart, and empathy. And it supports the cardiorespiratory and immune systems. So to do this, we will bring our hands together, the heels of the hands together, keeping the pinky fingers together and the thumbs. So this is the lotus flower. And you can bring your hands in front of your heart and relax your shoulders and lengthen your spine and get in a meditative state as we bring forward a meditation.
And shall we together take in a deep cleansing breath? Inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. And shall we call forth the lotus flower? Allow yourself to bring it into your mind's eye. Emerging from the waters, blossoming into being. Each petal unfolding slowly, steadily. There is new energy, new vitality, new beginnings. A transformation into the newest you. And breathe. Shall we now drop into the heart space? Feeling the expansion of the love frequency inspired by lotus. Pulsating from the heart chakra. Allow yourself to let go of all that does not serve you. You are one with life consciousness. My heart blossoms open with unconditional love. My heart blossoms open with unconditional love. My heart blossoms open with unconditional love. Breathe. Feel your spine straighten, your crown expanding, the heart beating in unison. This vibration moving from your head down to your toes, connecting with the Mother Earth. Blooming with new energy. Into all that is divinely you. And breathe. Allow yourself to slowly move back into your space. Welcome back. Welcome to the newest you. And we thank the Lotus Consciousness, the flower realm, all that is divine feminine, divine masculine, and of the sun, for inspiring this new light.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you, Diane.
Oh, this was wonderful. It was nice to be on the other side of the meditation too, to actually enjoy it. So thank you. This was wonderful. And hopefully that will inspire others to use this and use this meditation to help them bring that forward.
Yes.
Connecting with unconditional love in the heart. That way I could feel it, and I could feel a lot of tingling going on. When you mentioned the crown all the way down, I could feel it going all the way down. So
Yes.
thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you,
This-
Diane. This has
so
been wonderful. Thank you for the opportunity to share what inspires me and what brings me great joy, and to share that with all of you. It's a wonderful gift. And stop whenever you need a moment. If I may share this with everyone, there's one last thought: to just stop, be still, allow yourself to close your eyes and take in a breath. You may visualize a flower, and it will instantaneously move you into a greater state of joy. It will shift your experience. It will bring you into greater knowingness with yourself, with life, and it will change your experience to one of something greater. I promise. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This was so wonderful. And I'm sorry I didn't get to all the comments, but many comments, many people are saying thank you and gratitude and smiley face and appreciations. And
The
so
flowers feel it too.
yes, they do. And I'm grateful to see them as well. So thank you very much. And just a couple reminders of Light Body Movement again this Sunday for Of the Sun. You can check out ofthesun.com if you would like to join. And if you have any questions about anything with Of the Sun, you can contact at ofthesun.com. And they have a free discovery call for 30 minutes. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up at contact at ofthesun or at ofthesun.com on the website. And if you have any questions about anything, you can always contact me at info@inlakeshstudio1.com. And Lauren, how can people contact you?
So my information is available. We can share it on maybe in the chat, but my information is Elandre. So it's info@elandrefloral.com. So INFO at ELLEANDREE floral.com.
Okay, I'll put
My
it in the
website
chat.
is www.elandrefloral.com as well.
Okay, I just put it in the chat.
Yes.
Info@Elandre, ELLEANDREEFLORAL.com. Okay, I want to make sure I typed it correctly.
All the letters are there.
Okay. All righty. So thank you, Lauren. I'm so grateful, and I look forward to some classes maybe coming up with the flowers and the flower realm.
In process. And yes.
Okay, I'm looking forward to learning more about that. I know we had talked about the chakra related to the chakras, because you said you had the yellow for the solar plexus. So it would be awesome to learn about that.
So much healing within the flower realm. Chakra centers, colors, balancing, emotions, sacred geometry. It's limitless. So more to come.
All righty. I'm looking forward to that. So thank you, Lauren. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. and hope to see you next time on Wednesday at midday meditation on the same channel at noon Eastern. And then next Thursday, Laota and Tavares have on this channel their noon on Thursday live stream where they always have a wonderful conversation about a current topic or a card. Sometimes they're doing the cards. And then next Friday for our In Lakesh Studio One's Evolutionary Book Club with the Emerald Tablets of Thoth and Tavares of the Sun. So hope to see you all next week and have a wonderful night. Thank you again for joining us in Lakesh and Veritas with honor, respect, and gratitude, integrity, discipline, and action.
In Lakesh and Veritas. Thank you.